Howdy do. Hey, hey girl, hey. How y'all doing? Another day, another news cycle. We're still here. We're still all right, somewhat. We will make it. And as I said before, he shall not outlast us. So bear that in mind.
Come on, Kinkles. Get your voodoo doll, Johnny.
Well, some have asked, when is he going away? Like I said, I know it's not the greatest answer in the world. I don't think he's going anywhere. So that's just me. But you never know. I'm not in control of that type of thing. I just declare it because that's how I feel, but that's not necessarily true. His fortune was written before he was born, and so we'll see what happens. Love liquid death. You never know.
Liquid death? Liquid death?
Yes, you never know. So, how y'all doing? All right. Fine. For those who are coming to the seminar, I looked at the forecast, and it may be somewhere around 72 and below degrees. So keep that in mind. And mind you, weather changes. So I don't think you need to bring your swimsuit, but you may not need a parka either. So there is that.
It can be a little rainy off and on too. So like I usually take a hat. So if it starts raining, I can cover my head, take a baseball hat. But usually in the daytime, like I could wear flip-flops, but at night it cools down. You want a little jacket.
Yeah, at night it's going to be cold, especially if you chill easy, then yes.
And if it's rainy, it's chilly.
Yes. 95, no ma'am. Now we got the next 2 days is going to be 90 degrees here. And then after that, it's going to be going down towards the 60 something. So
I'm ready. I'm ready. I am so over this heat.
Yes.
For real.
Look at how cute Johnny looks in his green and matching glasses. I mean, like perfect shade of green on the glasses.
He's in his Luigi gear tonight. His Luigi gear.
I have my malachite on too. And then nice. I got this. Lori bought me this when she came to visit us in Portland. And so I have all my greens on. And then I got that too. That's green too. My evil eye bracelet.
I'm sporting yellow, my Rage Against the Machine, Evil Empire, because what's more appropriate than Rage Against the Machine right now? So
that's right.
Yeah.
Very much so.
I'm in my coffee spelled backwards as e-fuck. First, just know that I don't give e-fuck until I've had my coffee. I wore this to the vets the other day, and then I did laundry, and so I pulled it back out again today. But Lucy had a checkup on the Thursday, and the vet was like, yeah, I agree with that shirt 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, and thank you to Robin for my cards too.
Beautiful.
Like anything shiny. So, again, anything going on? Anything coming up? Anything you want to say?
JenLynTarot.com if you want to book a reading with me. I have openings at the end of October and into November. I'm taking some time off in December around Christmas time. So usually October, November, December starts booking up kind of fast. Getting ready for the seminar. It's Braxie. Hi, Miss Braxie. Braxie, you should have seen Lucy at the vets. She took over. She was walking all around the exam room and clawing at the door, wanting to go. She heard a dog barking, where they have the cages they keep them in when they're keeping them overnight. She heard a dog barking, and Lucy loves dogs, and she started clawing at the door. She wanted to go see the dog. The vet was like, "Oh my!" Usually they go the other way to the other door. I was like, "Not Lucy." Lucy is.
Becca, anything coming up? Anything for you, Becca?
No, just me and Braxie hanging out. I forgot to bring her. I'm going to run downstairs and grab them. Her little tarot cards that Mystery Achiever sent her. So she's going to be reading cards with us tonight. And
Oh,
yes, I did color my hair. It's purple. And then it fades to lavender.
She got quite a few inches off too.
Oh yeah, I cut off like 6 inches. It's gone. So it's like purple at the roots. And then this is all lavender gray. So it looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I look like one of those anime superheroes. I'm like, I can get like a superhero t-shirt. I'm gonna go grab
special announcement from Becca and me, LEP and Johnny. If you're LEP, if you're watching, I totally let your birthday slip by.
Happy birthday!
Happy belated birthday!
We love you.
We love you, but we got distracted by all the craziness going on. I totally let it slip.
So I'm gonna go grab Braxie's tarot cards because she wants to read.
This I gotta see.
You have to see it. It's so cute. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Nature cut my hair. It started in the middle.
Are you twirling it?
It's like leave and go and search for a better life. It said so. It did just that. And I'm like, well, I don't need it. I mean, you know, how many ponytails have I worn in my life? One. Okay. None of your business.
How many mohawks have I worn in my life? Once
now,
in my
I had a couple of them back in the day when I had a permanent, and I had spiky hair everywhere, and then I had spiky hair going down the middle. You couldn't tell me nothing back in the day.
my hair is so straight and so fine. It always like lays flat, but I had a mohawk cut with long hair, and I would use that freeze stuff to spike it up, and sometimes I'd spray it red. That was when I was in college.
I never colored my hair though, but I did have. There's a pic of me with a ponytail. No, there is not. No, there is not a pic of me with a. Actually, no, it's not. There's a pic of me with a ducktail back in the day. What we used to call a ducktail, where we had the box, and I had the box. This is like back in the 50s. So I had a box, and then I had the hair back here with it was in a ducktail, and then they braided in the whole thing. I never had a jerry curl. I didn't have one of them.
So how many cards does Braxie have to pull from?
Okay, so first I got these for her at Trader Joe's because they're so cute. It's got this one, it's got a bone. It's got like this little monster owl thing. It's got a skeleton head and a cauldron. Little doggy treats. And they're so cute. So I got them for her for Halloween. Come on, up here. Up.
I noticed she has no trouble getting on the couch when she wants food, though.
Yeah.
See, and then she ran away. But Mystery Achiever sent her. This is Braxie's tarot card deck. She's got the Star, the Emperor. She's got the Fool. That looks like a giblet dog right there. And then the Empress. And then she's got a little tarot book, you guys. Look. Dog show.
To teach her how to read Judgment.
Yeah, look at that. Isn't that the cutest?
Does it have a death card in it?
I don't know. Hold on. The Chariot, Strength, Judgment. No, I don't think so. It's got the Moon. And that's it. She doesn't
Miss
have a...
Braxie, what are you charging for personal readings?
And then she sent this glow-in-the-dark collar that I'm going to put on her for Halloween because I'm going to walk her around the neighborhood since nobody likes to come up here anyways because they don't like to go up that hill. And then she sent this in the package that I don't read tarot, so I don't. but I think it's just a pack of the majors. So
Too funny. Well, Mystery Achiever, when you do the timestamps, and thank you so much. She does them every week for us. Post where you got all this from because it's adorable.
Saw them at Petco because I saw them when I took her to the vet to have her stitches looked at, and I saw this at Petco.
Did they have cat ones too?
I didn't really look at the display. I just saw this, but they had a huge display at the front of the store with a bunch of stuff. So I'm
for
sure
Halloween.
Yeah, for maybe cats. I didn't look, but I saw these.
I know where I'm going tomorrow. Petco. Those are too cute.
So anybody interested in Braxie doing a reading, she is charging right now 2 doggy biscuits and bacon with a side of chicken. That's her charge. Feel free to email.
Does not accept PayPal.
She only accepts treats and chicken. So, and ice cream too. So, okay, come on.
So, Miss Braxie, I got a question for you.
Okay.
You know, Trump and Melania went off to the UK playing royal, right? I swear to God, I don't know if you saw the picture of Melania in the yellow dress. She's filling out more. She's getting more matronly. Her hips are getting bigger. That woman has had a boob job. They have never looked bigger. Miss Braxie, has the Empress had a boob job?
Okay, Braxie, pick a card. Pick a card. She picked this one. So I would say yes. Right? Good
I swear to God. And then the hat that made her look like an IKEA lamp was hysterical.
She looked like the Hamburglar. With the cape, she had the cape and the hat. She looked like the Hamburglar from McDonald's.
But
So
that yellow dress, I was like, oh my God, she's huge. She's had another boob job.
I missed all that.
Got her own yam tits worked on.
Well, let's start here then. We'll start light. How's that? A lot of people are asking because a lot of people are talking about it. Will Disney, will parent company?
I have to laugh a minute, Johnny. Wait a minute. Who are you? Grace in chat says, I kept thinking fragile. If you've ever seen the Christmas Story with the leg lamp.
yes.
And it says fragile on the box and he goes fragile. That's Melania, fragile. She's a fragile.
One good sneeze and everything on there would pop off, I'm pretty sure.
Thank you, Grace. That was funny. Okay, I'm sorry, Johnny. What were you saying?
Will Disney parent company continue to suffer? Was the question.
Yeah, everybody's unsubscribing from their streaming service.
What I want to know is why didn't y'all? I mean, Colbert wasn't taken off the air immediately. Maybe that's why, because they just said they weren't renewing his contract. But I want to ask about Paramount next. But Disney for right now.
Yeah, after all they went through with the Satan.
Are we going to ask about the lawsuit too? Because as soon as they fired him, Jimmy Kimmel turned around and he's suing him for like, I think $1 billion or $2 billion.
I was going to, but they are in talks for him to come back, apparently. And so I don't know if he comes back, if he'll drop the suit as part of the condition and that type of thing. But we can ask about that too.
Stephen Colbert won the Emmy on the Sunday night, and he couldn't even enjoy it for a full 24 hours before they got rid of Kimmel.
I've been seeing TikToks of people on hold for hours trying to cancel their subscriptions. I guess because there were so many people canceling online that they crashed the website to online. It's like
that'll affect their tourism and everything, though. Now that everybody knows Disney's linked to it, that'll screw up their tourism.
You knew this was going to happen, and they did it anyways to appease a dictator. There's nothing you can do that will ever appease a dictator.
Yeah, he said it a few months ago that Kimmel was next.
Yeah, So the question was, will they continue to lose money?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or suffer, or however you want to word it.
They're saying in the chat that they've already lost billions, like $4 billion or something.
Subs.
Yeah, and subscriptions. And see, that's the thing. Us over here on the left, we are okay with going through an inconvenience so long as it is on principle. You know what the people on the right are doing right now? Their form of protest is they're going to go order a special type of tea from Starbucks, and they're all going to name it Charlie Kirk in protest. That's not like, what are you? You're giving them your money and you're looking like a clown. That is the exact opposite of boycotting. Boycotting, you don't give them your money. Like, you don't, like, I don't understand. These people are so dumb. And then look at us on the left here. We're just like, no, we're just going to cancel Disney and Hulu and ESPN. It doesn't bother us. We're okay with having an inconvenience to send a message. These other guys over there, they're so dumb. They don't even understand the concept of a protest. Like, they're dumb. Read a book, you guys. It's not that hard.
Yeah, this is the institution of Disney. You know, victory on getting your little merger thing agreement to go through here, and everybody knows your image, you know, is making everybody very emotional. They're having to defend. There's a very good chance this is going to court and they're going to lose. So strength on losses, a lot of losses. Moving forward, they're going to try to be business as usual, but their money is much smaller. I also get that a multitude of families that travel to visit them will be spending less. So less travel, less people, highly, highly, highly burdened. Yeah. Bad news.
I get the stars, the dog, and the letter. This is very widespread from people that were once loyal and their subscriptions. I can see perhaps them trying to gain trust and loyalty again, putting out some sort of a written statement or something to try to get people back. They're going to have to work really hard to be trusted again and seen as trustworthy, reliable, honest, friendly, that sort of thing, an ally. But I'm going to say yes with the caveat that something needs to be written from Disney in order for people to be like, either a bill or something. Because I see widespread subscribers just.
These mergers are getting too big. And what was it he was saying Murdoch is buying? Y'all help me in the chat. I saw something about Trump was, you know, it's funny because he's kind of been out with Murdoch, but Murdoch is getting ready to buy somebody, another merger.
I get the Chariot, the 3 of Cups. I get the 8 of Cups too. So there is a lot of walking away. The problem is going to be not just with Disney, but Disney and its affiliates. So things like Hulu too. There's going to be, because the 3 of Cups is like your community of sorts, and there's going to be a lot more people speaking out too. There's like celebrities and things of that nature. So it's not going to be a thing that just goes away. Like, we stopped talking about Colbert real fast. This one is a little different because they pulled him right off the air and made a big stink and so forth and so forth. And he didn't even say anything about Charlie Kirk that was derogatory. And so that made it even worse. But this is going to be an image problem with the Knight of Cups. And it's going to be very, very difficult trying to push this one and correct this one, because there's the
Well-
Eight of Swords. The power is just not there anymore to do so.
We'll have no comedians to watch TikTok. Yeah, he's Murdoch is going to handle the American version of TikTok,
I
supposedly.
did hear there was a U.S. acquisition or something like that.
Yeah, it's not like buying them completely. It's for the distribution and controlling the personal information, all that stuff on TikTok. It's like, yeah, like I would trust Rupert Murdoch. It's crazy. Fox can go on and just lie and lie and lie, and then they get all upset about Jimmy Kimmel. I'm like,
Well,
you
that
guys
was another one of my questions, so let's go there too. What could, this is just hypothetical, though, what could bring down or get rid of, however you want to word it, Fox News? One of their hosts goes on TV and says that they should involuntary lethal injection, or however he said it, homeless people, and then had to come back and apologize and said that that was wrong and all that kind of stuff. Nothing happened.
didn't fire him though.
No,
Just
no fine, no suspension, no nothing.
And then a couple days later, somebody went out and a bunch of homeless people in a camp, like 13 people.
What would bring down a Fox News? Because we know this administration, and mind you, First Amendment, they shouldn't. This administration would do nothing towards them the way they do toward the late night guys. So what out there, what could possibly be an end to Fox News? One of the most dangerous things on earth. What could do it? Well, that's a good start. Okay. Because one of the sad things is, if you want to know what's going on inside the U.S., you have to leave the U.S. news media in order to find out.
I think I just pulled every negative card in the entire deck. It's serious.
what's it say?
Mice, coffin, clouds, mountain, and cross.
Goodness.
Translation?
What would bring an end to it? Nervous breakdowns with people that are suffering serious mental health issues and are suffering, or people just, because the mice and the coffin together, that's like a nervous breakdown. So people getting so to the point where they just turn it off. Just turn it off. I don't see anything in legislation. I don't see anything in business. It's just, I see mental breakdown, a lot of huge problems, and then some cold shoulder and suffering. So I don't get the moon, so I'm hesitant to say advertisers pulling money, which would seem like the logical thing to do. Like advertisers should be like, hey, this, I mean, who are we, like, once they do a cost analysis, what are we really getting back from advertising on Fox News? Nothing. So pull advertising. So it's like something needs to come to an end, cold shoulder, and causing a lot of suffering. And even then, I don't think that I'm saying.
I get putting them in defense mode over something like a court case that gets a lot of attention, that would cause a lot of people to abandon them. Reap what you sow. And I think it has to do with money. So whether it's advertisers, but it feels more like money laundering or something they've hidden with money, hidden money, and who they've given money to and who's given money to them. I get it's a big surprise, but it's moneyed news that makes everybody anxious. It really knocks people for a loop, and that would be the end of them. So it may have to do with money from somebody who's deceased now too. But that where it may fall. Epstein.
They get the Ten of Swords first card. What would bring it in? There's your end. The Two of Swords, there is, if you give people like the moral decision, do you follow or do you not? Kind of like if you found out a bunch of executives or a bunch of people were covering for Trump and Epstein, then people would start to jump ship, because that's, for us, we know, well, we feel that we know they're guilty. All of Trump's and his cronies and some Dems and some Hollywood this and whoever, and it doesn't matter. But the MAGA faithful are still kind of scratching at the door saying, we know something's in there, we just don't know exactly what. And so that would be the huge change that you would see with the Death card and the Ace of Swords. What would bring them down? Truth. If it all really came out, who they are, what they do, why they do what they do, like the Charlie Kirk effect. Half the people don't believe nothing they say it because it sells. And then there's the Three of Pentacles. Once you start going for the advertisers and the people that they work with and that type of thing, that's when you start to bring down. You bring down something that big by bringing down the things that support it. And so there's your money, your viewers, your this, and your that. That takes a lot, so it's not going anywhere.
They unalived a vast portion of their viewers when they were denying COVID.
Don't protect yourself. Call it a conspiracy and then eat dirt.
Drink bleach. Eat dirt, drink bleach. It's not
real.
real.
Even like lemon scented bleach, like just regular old bleach, not just put a lime wedge in it or something. Just okay.
Pine salt. At least it smells like lemons.
Anything to kill germs that don't exist, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of taste and flavors, we'll stick with the business for a second here. Jerry of Ben and Jerry's is quitting.
Johnny is the king of segues. We're not worthy.
He is quitting because Unilever said, well, they didn't say. He said that Unilever is basically censoring them. And they told them, him and Ben, to sort of tamper down some of the political speech. Now, mind you, they have done political posts in supporting of this community and that community their entire brand career. And now all of a sudden they say it's a problem. And so he's saying, I don't want to be censored anymore, and I'm out. And there may be a lawsuit too, because when Unilever had an acquisition of Ben and Jerry's, that was in their contract that you are not going to censor us, basically, because our brand is sort of synonymous with us speaking out.
Yeah.
So will there be a boycott?
They are very much activists.
Of Ben and Jerry's. Now, Ben is still there because he says he wants to continue to basically fight that fight and push the messages out there anyway. And so
that makes me really sad, because Braxie gets her ice cream from Ben and Jerry's at the pet store. And she loves her Ben and Jerry's ice cream. I'm so sorry, Beebs. I'm so sorry.
You might have to switch brands, Braxie.
Okay, Braxie's going to do this reading because she's very invested in ice cream. Okay, I'm going to pick this one.
You know, back in the day, fun fact, when I worked for, this was way back in the day, like 2004, 5, 6, somewhere around in there was a protest from the right of Unilever, anything Unilever, because they said they were practitioners of witchcraft, because they had a symbol or a logo that had 3 stars on it and like a mermaid or something. They had a logo back in the day that if you matched it up to this Mayan ancient calendar or something stupid, it looked like witchcraft. And so you weren't supposed to be buying anything that was put out by Unilever.
Unilever, I know from my days in retail, own a lot of big brands, a lot, just like Johnson and Johnson. I don't want to say any of their brands because I'll probably miss which ones they own. But Procter and Gamble, Unilever, Johnson and Johnson, most of your things that you buy, like your deodorants, your soaps, your shampoos, all that, that's these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Braxie? What did Braxie pick?
Braxie got birds, the star, the moon, the ship, and the sun. Basically, I don't know what you guys are talking about because give me my ice cream. Mommy put me in the car. That's what Braxie pulled. Huh. Good girl. Thank you for being my little helper. You're really good at this. Again, Braxie's doing personal readings. She takes payment in treats, ice cream, and chicken. Mm-hmm. See all your friends? They're saying hi to you.
Because they are known as activists, like we have known for a long time that Ben and Jerry's was leaning blue, right? So there's going to be a shift in lifestyles is what I'm getting. Yes, there are some that will be leaving. They'll hang on a little bit, but they're gonna work on attracting new customers that like them. So it's going to be financially a big end because in shifting to people not accepting what you offer, in shifting and marketing to Republicans, there's not as much money in it, and it would take a while. It's like that's the plan. Okay, let's attract more Republican customers. They don't have the money for you. And they're not going to spend it.
They like local brands and blue bands.
Yeah.
10 of Wands and the Lovers. Yes, there will be a burden that is coming from those who are meant to support. The 8 of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands. Now, there are still going to be messages put out by the Ben and the Jerry. And so even though they're trying to basically say, hey, tamper that down, they're going to go and do it anyway. Because 8 of Wands is communications, 8 of Pentacles is those at work. There's a lot of detail in it too, now that everybody knows this is what's going on. And so every time that they tamper down the speech, you know what's happening, and then that's when people start to respond. The 5 of Pentacles would be trying to shun them or push them out, that type of thing. Word of warning, 6 of Swords, which is a very troubled transition. And so this is going to get rocky. I think that, however, though, with the 6 of Cups, we will sort of return back to where they once was. And so this is going to be bumpy, but I think at some point they shall be restored. This is, let me say this too. No shade to Ben or Jerry. But this is why you don't sell your companies to big conglomerates. Because then they start to write the rules, even though it's in their contract that you can't tamper down our political speech. At some point, those big wigs are going to get afraid of political speech, especially in these times, and they're going to do something or say something that makes you feel as though you can't do something or say something you used to do.
If I remember right, they sold out because they were aging out. Like they're thinking about, okay, we're going to retire one day. We're not going to do this to the day we die. Yeah. And having someone to carry it on. So they sold out to too big a company. They should have found, a mom and pop or somebody like them, that would have taken care of it.
Yeah, I agree. Well, speaking of taken care of, with the exception of a few, most people in this country are immigrants or descendants from. And the country, mind you, is founded upon racism and slavery and all the bad stuff. So we have not always been the best America. But at some point, you grow, you evolve, some of us, and you understand that people around the world can help you do things better or do things that you don't know how to do at all, and then leave you better for it. You never had a Taco Tuesday until you met somebody who knew how to make it, okay? Hyundai brought a whole bunch of people in to help us, American people, learn how to make this, learn how to make that more efficiently, blah, 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 so forth, so forth. This administration gave them the middle finger in chains and deprived them of their needs so bad to where their government was like, just hang on, we'll come get them ourselves. Which then put the jobs of American people now at jeopardy because the people who came to train them were mistreated and then sent away. The woman who put all that in motion, by the name of Tory Branham, is running for office in Georgia for the 12th district. Now, mind you, everybody don't see it like we do. They may look at it and say she did right. You don't get those people out. Most people, though, who have their eyes in the front of their head, you can see this as a bad thing.
The way that she has been backpedaling everything. Oh, I got whiplash. I got whiplash. The way she's been backpedaling so hard for what she did.
When you're running for office, when you're running to catch the bus, there are certain things you just don't do between here and your destination. Destroying 2,000 people's jobs is one of them.
And they're not the only car company that came here and did that. They used to import like Mazdas, Toyotas, everything was imported. And then they started building facilities here. There's a lot in Tennessee, Georgia, down in the South, where they were building the cars here and making the parts here. So like if there was, a recall or if there was something that broke, you could get a part easily. All of these companies have manufacturing facilities here in the US. So how many more are you going to ruin?
Subaru just announced we're done. We're not doing any more in America. And that was all because of that Tory lady that wanted to put her name on the map so hard. She cost Georgia 8,500 jobs long term and billions of dollars to Georgia revenue because she was such a pick-me girl. Mm-hmm. And now she's backpedaling so hard. Because
it's not even like these people came here to live here and stay here. They came here for a specific reason. Even if they came here to stay here, again, descendants of immigrants, you should know how it feels to be an outsider. But no.
And there weren't only immigrants working in those plants. They bring their own people in to teach Americans that hire in also. So, yeah.
Oh, and icing on the cake. Now South Korea is going to open up a human rights violation investigation into the U.S. because of the conditions that those South Koreans were held in ICE detention facilities. So not only did she screw up Georgia, she screwed up the entire Trump administration and Stephen Miller's little pet project of torturing human beings because they're brown. All of that.
Yellow or red or any other color but white.
All of that because she wanted to be a pick-me girl so hard.
No, that was wrong. Stop it. Go back. There you go.
Exactly.
And the other thing Trump signed this week, last week, I did catch this in the news, that it'll cost them $100,000 per person for an H-1B visa, which these people that come over temporarily to teach, show people how it's done, and then they take them back. And I worked at Sears. We had a whole bunch of people on H-1B visas from India. Yeah. Nobody can afford $100,000 per person. They're not going to do that.
And why would you? You have to come over here to make what, $10,000?
Hey, MAGA, those are those jobs those immigrants are taking from you. All those farms are out of workers. Go pick them vegetables. Go pick the vegetables. Go work at a Hyundai plant. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't because they're not going to build it here anymore. So
Mm-mm.
have fun picking vegetables.
Maybe
And
with a little luck, Jimmy Carter's peanut farm is still
and
functioning.
slaughtering animals, because those are the only jobs that immigrants were taking. So there you go. If the farms are still open, because they're all going bankrupt at this point.
Got them on the list too. So Tory Branham, how will she do since she's running? And mind you, again, we're not talking about people who were coming over here to try to live, aka traditional immigrants. These were people who came to help us, Americans.
They came here to build the plant and train American workers how to work.
And what's interesting too is a lot of these companies, when they got
so cocky with the whole I did it, it was me. She went out there with her full chest and stood on all 10 toes, stood down on taking credit for it. And when the backlash came, then the conditions were terrible. They were mistreating their workers. They weren't here legally. And now that she's realized the damage that she's done to Georgia, which, mind you, wasn't even in her district where that plant was. Wasn't even in her district. She got more pissed off and said, good luck, because I'm in a deep red district. So I'm basically going to be a shoo-in. Is what she's saying now. So
these car companies, when they come in here, they're not building in the big cities. Yeah, they're not building in Atlanta and the bigger cities in Georgia. They're going to kind of impoverished areas. I know in Tennessee, they were going in between Nashville and Huntsville, Alabama. So Lynchburg, Tennessee, like where Jack Daniels is made. These people don't have a lot of opportunities. Like it would have been great if somebody gone to the coal districts in West Virginia and built car plants there, because those people have no jobs anymore. But they're the only place in some of these areas, the only place you can get a job other than Walmart.
Well, you can personally write her a letter and thank her for working expeditiously to screw you out of a job. So.
And thank you, Iris, for the super chat. So how will she do?
Say her name again.
Tory Branham, Branum. Yeah, Branham.
They're saying that she's running unopposed. I asked if she would win her election. I get the garden, the clover, the crossroads. That's basically a yes. There's the elections. There's the society, the public, opportunity, risk, and the elections. So yeah, I guess she did know what she was talking about when she went over there and pulled that stunt, because nobody's running against her. So I get a yes that she'll win. Yeah,
I get a yes too, but she's because she knew, like in secret, that she would be able to move forward no matter what. But when leadership is ousted and people have had enough, she's going to be put out in the cold. So do not let these people run in uncontested elections.
And here's the thing. As much as she's out there screaming with her whole chest about immigrants taking your jobs and blah, 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 I'm willing to bet my left boob that woman is foaming at the mouth to get into Washington, D.C. so she can come out of there a multimillionaire with all the schemes and crap that these people in Washington pull. Guaranteed, without giving two thoughts to her district. That's exactly how it's going to play out.
Come out a millionaire.
If any of us were smart, we would go run for office. If any of us were smart and didn't have a conscience, we would run for office right now and come out of there a multimillionaire.
Politics and church. You want to be a millionaire? That's what you do. I didn't get an answer to that. What I get is she's doing this for money. There is the magician. So her manipulation, this is the woman here. And Page of Pentacles has something to do with contracts and donations and things of that nature. However, when I pulled a few more cards, though, there's a woman, though, that is coming for her. There is the Queen of Cups, 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords. So someone, I don't know who, I don't know when, I don't know why, I don't know how, because I didn't ask, but 10 of Swords and 3 of Swords is like a betrayal. 10 of Swords is a stab in the back. So whoever she is around, it may be several people, not just this one person, but this one person may, because this is the warning card, this one person may start the domino effect, but everybody's got a dagger for her back. These are people she knows, loves, and trusts. So the 3 of Swords is betrayal, can come from your enemies. This comes from anywhere and everywhere. And so karma shall find her, but
maybe it's one of her 5 ex-husbands.
yes.
5 ex-husbands, and she's got
5.
5, not 1, not 2, not
Oh,
3,
so she's a great Christian.
5.
5. Wow. Wonder how many abortions she's had.
I mean, Elizabeth Taylor had what, 7?
7.
7, yeah. So I mean, just a couple more, she'll be right up there with Elizabeth Taylor. So.
Well, we'll pause for a second on that. We'll go here.
Do we have any Rapture questions tonight, Johnny?
No.
This is like
wasn't supposed to be this month.
Yeah, this in 2 days on the 23rd. That's when the Rapture.
Let's go for the call.
Johnny, let's go get the car and drive around all the freaking churches and dump a bunch of clothes in the parking lot. So when they come out, they think they missed the Rapture. You guys, best prank ever! Best prank ever! And then we can get blow up dolls full of helium.
Dump clothes out, shoes. I've been cleaning out my closet. I was thinking about taking stuff to Goodwill, but I think I just changed my mind.
No, we'll go
today is the equinox, isn't it? Yeah, it sure is.
Go to the sex shop, get the blow-up dolls, fill them up with helium, and let them loose. Watch them loose all the time, but they didn't get raptured.
Oh, you joking me.
The best prank ever. The best prank ever.
There's a movie called Left Behind, and that's what it looks like. Is once the rapture hits, all these clothes start to hit the ground, and there's just clothes scattered around everywhere.
Throw them in the trees and everything. Y'all got your assignment for Tuesday, Monday night. In the middle of the night, you need to go around, leave some clothes.
So we have to ask them.
The videos I've been seeing on TikTok, there's this one lady giving out tips. I'm like, you're talking like you're an expert, like you've done this before. Why are you here?
Drop and roll. Oh my gosh.
The Rapture prank. Yep, Rapture prank 2025, you guys. I'm telling you, do it.
Yeah. Any old keys, throw them around, old handbags.
Oh my God.
Because you can't take it with you.
No. Apparently not. As long as your clothes is still. Here's another question. I had this question way back in the day when I used to do the live streams and things. Why do ghosts have clothes on then? People always see ghosts, none of them naked.
I don't know.
It's for our benefit, modesty.
I guess so. We're already scared enough. I guess being naked and ethereal may be a little too much. I don't know.
It's funny. I meditate in my bathtub, right? I like to take candlelit bubble baths, and I love to meditate in the bath. And I'm always like, my guy's got to be tired of me meditating naked.
Oh my God. This is.
So here's the thing, though. If it's in 2 days, is it 2 days Western Hemisphere?
Yeah. because I guess those rabbis in Israel did that whole heifer ceremony. So now the Christians over here are like, this is it. This is the real rapture. Don't mind the other 8,000 that we said was going to happen. But because the rabbis did that heifer ceremony, now this is the real rapture. So those other ones were just like practice, you know.
I wonder if their pets go with them, or if we should just.
Well, according to the lady that is the expert on raptures, because, you know, apparently this isn't her first rodeo. She left and came back, you know, but sell your car, sell your house, sell everything. Your animals will be fine. They're going to get raptured too. So I'm like,
so leave old pet bowls and stuff around too.
So, but my question is, why are you telling people to sell their stuff? You all are being raptured. And if Earth is going to turn into hell, we don't need your stuff.
And you can't take the money with you, so why do you need to sell it? Just go.
I mean, there's so many holes, and there's no logic. They lost the plot somewhere between rapture and rapture, because
bear in mind too, the dead in Christ raised first, not the people who are just walking around here on earth. And so, like the judgment card in the tarot, it says, in the winter the sea shall give up their dead. So that is your rapture card in the tarot. And so you aren't going anywhere if the rapture starts. Some of you have to go through the tribulation first, and then you get to go. And all. Anyway, thank you, Patty. Thank you, Sheila, as well.
I'm just wondering the religious psychosis that all these people are in right now, because that's what it is, religious psychosis. Because
it's a little dangerous to somebody believe that it's happening.
Everything.
Yeah, when the 23rd rolls around, and then the 24th and the 25th, and you're still here.
And you got a bunch of homeless people. And Fox News is attacking you.
And I hope that you sold your house and your car and quit your job and all that stuff, because you were so convinced you were going to heaven, basically in a death cult. And now you're sitting there going, shit, I can't get a job because the economy sucks. I sold my house. I have no car, and I didn't get to go with Jesus.
You grovel back to work. You beg for your job back. They don't give it to you. You do a resume. Why did you leave your last job when you're interviewing? Oh, I thought I was going to get raptured. So
can you imagine
apparently you weren't good enough to get raptured. So we don't want you to hire in here either.
Can you imagine that in an interview? Why did you leave your last job? Oh, because I thought I was being raptured.
And I would really, did you? Was it a great experience?
What happened? Why didn't you get raptured?
No man knoweth the hour, is what the Bible says. But okay, let's see. Are we going to be raptured? Because we're heathens and witches, and so that doesn't count for us. Even though I have been saved and baptized in Holy Ghost filled, thank you very much. But will there be a rapture in 2 days?
Will there be a rapture? So
I guess those in Australia get raptured first, though, because they're
ahead of us. We'll see how it goes in Australia first.
I'm going to
be. If Lena's gone, then okay, everybody start praying. Then I guess
I am here for I am totally here for the crash out when these people wake up and it's Wednesday and they're still here, stuck on this hellscape with the rest of us. I'm here for that. Because
if I didn't have appointments Tuesday, I'd be out doing a live stream rapture watch in front of a church.
I'm just gonna point my phone at the sky and see what happens.
Yeah.
Johnny, take the roll-up dolls with you, full of helium, dude, and watch them lose their minds. Why are they being raptured? I went to church.
Because you followed him instead of the other one. That's why.
Oh my God! So
I want to know how they know the specific dates of the raptures over and over.
Because Jen, the rabbis did that red heifer ceremony, so now Christ is coming back on Tuesday to get all his children.
It was supposed to be 2012. It was supposed to be 2020. It was supposed to be 2000. It was supposed to be 1999.
Johnny, I'm old enough to remember when the rapture was supposed to be last month.
Yeah.
And every month before that. I'm just
Me too. I'm good. I'm going to call it on Tuesday work and let them know that I will not be able to come in because I'm scheduled to be raptured. Yes, absolutely. Like,
Now
are you
they're going-
No, Jesus is coming. I ain't coming into work today.
So what
Now
was
they're
the
going to
question,
spin
Johnny?
this.
What was the
What?
question?
Will there be one in 2 days?
Will there be a rapture
Yeah.
on Tuesday?
We
Okay.
have to ask. I think so. I think we have to ask. Absolutely.
They've been waiting on this a long time. It's like, what makes you think, it's in this lifetime? Their success is blocked in getting raptured. There's going to be growing outrage and people splitting with these groups that preach this. There might be some deaths, but here they are, like kind of standing at the pearly gates. There's a lot of people expecting this. A lot of this is our legacy. Our whole family's going. I'm waiting for the rapture. What's wrong? Why is my journey blocked with chaos? This was our plan. I am getting there's some kind of legal indictment on Tuesday, so watch for that. Some kind of exposure, but these people moving on, they're just manipulating you. You either need to get some discernment and find another church, or
It's
God help
religious
you.
psychosis. It's religious psychosis. I get the clouds, the mice, and a woman. Is there going to be a rapture on Tuesday? No. They're confused, anxious, paranoid, crazy people. And then I don't know who this woman is. It could be the lady that I saw on TikTok giving advice on what to do in preparation for the rapture. She's an expert, I'm just here for the crash out. I am here for the crash out because it's going to be glorious until next week when there's another rapture. And then we'll be, I'm just, no, there won't be a rapture. But if there is, and my cards are wrong, we will finally have peace from the freaking crazies. Like, come get your children, Jesus, please, for the rest of us. Wouldn't that be a great time for that A13 whatever alien mothership to just make a crash landing in we're here for the rapture.
Jesus' spaceship. I get a no. 8 of Cups, or maybe we're just the ones left behind, abandoned. But I looked through the deck to see where the judgment card was, because I was going to take the 2 before it and the 2 after it to see what the sentence would say. So it's the Ace of Wands. There is an action in the 6 of Cups, nostalgia and innocence. So those who are innocent of action. There's the judgment card, and then there's the 6 of Swords transition. Then there's 3 of Swords not happening. So you cannot predict it. It's not something for you to know. This is why it said thief in the night. So you have to be ready. So you don't stay ready. So you don't have to get ready, as they say.
They're saying, the three-eye Atlas rapture. The aliens have an opportunity to do the funniest thing right now. The funniest thing ever.
I don't care how they get off our planet. Just take them. If it's the aliens, the rapture.
We would finally get universal health care. We would finally get democracy.
And here's another thing,
too. Empathy. It would be glorious. Come and get them. Come and get them.
When you're marked by the Antichrist, because you know who is who. Look for the red hats. That's all I'm saying. Look for the red hats. Mm-hmm. Take all of them. Even if it's got like a Nike swoop check, take them anyway, because you should have wore a black hat. Stay ready. You won't have to get ready. Okay. Well, speaking of staying ready, so he doesn't have to get ready. What's the name of the guy, the FCC chair? I should have wrote it down, but I didn't. But it doesn't really matter for the question anyway.
Yeah.
But that guy, Eric Swalwell, said that we will have a Democratic majority in just about a year. And when we do, the FCC chair will have to sit before us. For some reason, I feel a lot better when he says it than some like a Cory Booker or a Hakeem Jeffrey says it. Swalwell is about that life, and so I'm okay with that. But he says the FCC chair will be sitting in front of Congress. Will it happen? Because he wants him to answer for all the First Amendment violations.
Brendan Carr, they're saying.
Thank you, Brendan Carr. Because he is basically the Orange One's attack dog.
So will he testify to Congress?
Well, he said before them.
Or Cash Patel. He looked awful sitting there squirming. All they know how to do is yell and seem, upset. It's like they're just idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go?
Mm-hmm. What'd you get?
No. I gotta know because of the election. Child ring crossroads. The minority is doing something. They've made promises. They're making agreements or something for the upcoming election. They're going to cheat again. They're doing it in the open right now. But it ends with this.
I agree. I'm getting he walks away, unfinished work, that he doesn't do it, and they're watching him. There's thievery going on with him, of course. So if that's with the elections or whatever, but he's working on things in secret with other people, like who they want to target, that kind of thing. They're coming up with their plans. I get there's a lot of Republicans that support him also in Congress. So yeah, he's going to lay low. He's not about to go there and be put on the spot.
The Chariot and the Two of Pentacles teamwork is in flux right there. They can't grab enough numbers on the other side. There is no supermajority in the midterms. Word of warning is the Wheel of Fortune and the Three of Cups. If this was the last cards, then that would be great because this means celebration and then the midterms. But this is the warning position, which means there is no celebration. The last two cards are Emperor and Knight of Swords. He still has power to escape or whatever, that type of thing. So that doesn't mean necessarily something can't change, do your part and so forth and so forth. But it doesn't look like it right now. I will say that.
And there's how many Republicans? 20-something, 30-something that have come out and said we're not running for re-election. So instead of doing the right thing, they're going to keep kissing the ring and then bounce with their really nice fat portfolio and millions of dollars in the bank account, while the rest of us have to sit here and suffer, and the criminality continues in Washington. So instead of, you're not running for re-election, so stand up and do the right thing now. No, they're just going to kiss the ring and keep going business as usual.
That asshole that's head of ICE, he was being brought up on charges that he took a $50,000 bribe, and they made that disappear. Now he's like,
Yeah.
Well, speaking of ICE, Governor.
oh my God, is everything I say a segue for you?
If you know how to make it work, yes, ma'am. Governor Newsom has signed a bill that has banned the wearing of masks for most law enforcement, including ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
Yep.
So, will other states follow, or some other states follow suit? If you want to come in and be thugs, we want to see who you are.
That's right. I think they should be forced to carry IDs and badge numbers and stuff, because otherwise it looks like kidnapping.
Mm-hmm.
And they should be forced to have judicial warrants, not their made-up ICE warrants.
I get a yes because of a death certificate. So there was a death certificate, and then from someone being transferred or shipped out somewhere. So I get a yes. So I don't know if we're going to hear something about someone that has passed while they were being arrested or detained.
Here in Chicago, there was someone they shot in his car.
There's probably going to be another one because that's a death certificate, and then that's transfer. So there's probably going to be more. Well, I mean, I would run too if some masked man came at me with. Are you?
Yeah,
kidding?
I think it was a carjacking. I'd run.
So I get yes.
I'm getting at least 3 more that are doing this, and I'm getting because of all the attention on the person in the car and their erratic behavior and going after him. So I'm getting all my 3 cards here. So I think there's at least 3 that put it into structure because of someone that was lost, someone that was unalived, and trying to secure things legally here. So down the road, there may be an abundance that put this to work. So it could be not just at the state level, but it could also be like when we have the House and Senate back, that they do laws on this. But it's sending a loud message. It may take a little time to get this going, but I think it starts with 3 that are like, yeah, no, this is wrong. I don't know why it's taken them this long. As soon as they had masked people on the streets, I would have been doing something immediately. Why do they take so freaking long?
I get yes to judgment in the 4 swords. There will be others to do this because of things that have happened in the past, especially around someone's passing. The 5 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands. This is also, how would you call it? Not an attack, a defense against those. The 5 of Pentacles for me is racism, and then the 10 of Wands is basically the burden thereof. And so it's people coming in, profiling, and doing that type of thing. And so there's a defense against that type of thing. But yes, it ends in the 2 of Wands, which is plans and potentials and things of that nature. So it's going to happen in other places, probably the usual ones, but yes, it is going to happen in other places. Okay, speaking of other places where some foolishness may go down, he ain't out of the news yet, so we'll talk about him a little bit here. New College of Florida, that's the name of it. New College of Florida is going to erect a Charlie Kirk statue. I told you they were going to make him a martyr. I mean, we all seen it coming, but they're going to put
the new
up
Civil War statue.
Yes.
He's the new, Jefferson Davis statue.
They're going to put up a new, there in Sarasota, Florida, they're going to put up a new Charlie Kirk statue. the Satan has said, the first one of you to vandalize that statue, you go right ahead and make my day because I'm coming after you. Which you know they're going to do. So my question is centered around such a thing. How long does this statue stay in its current condition or in its peak condition before someone vandalizes it or tears it down?
Let me just say, when I was in high school, my senior year of high school, at our graduation party that was held, well, one of the biggest graduation parties that was held by one of my fellow graduates, they went and they stole the statue of Ethan Allen in front of the Ethan Allen furniture stores and dressed him up at our party. So he's over there in the corner. And it made the news that Ethan Allen had been stolen and everything. We all knew where Ethan Allen was. He was in this room where they had this party. Statute of limitations, please. That was 40 years ago.
Yeah, don't admit.
But yeah, that's the feeling. My guys are showing me that. It's like, that's what's going to happen. Somebody's going to steal the statue and they're going to dress it up, bunk it out, and
probably till December. Birds and the leaves. Birds is 12. That's December. That's winter. So probably around winter it'll start getting vandalized. I would say sooner.
Let me add the word allegedly. The Ethan Allen statue disappeared. Because somebody's telling me they remember seeing that on national news. It's like, allegedly in 1979.
It'd be fantastic if a hurricane came through there and just took the whole damn statue.
Has been known.
Yep. Somebody's gonna take it in secret. It's like, they're already working on it. They're already planning and stuff. So wherever they're going to put it up, there's somebody who's going to come in. Like, they're not even going to get it finished. They're going to be putting it up, getting it ready, and I give it 1 month after they put it on a podium.
7 of Swords, 7 days, or somebody steals it.
Wait, 1 month or 1 week? Aces for me are 1 month, 1 year, or 1 week.
Did you guys, speaking of statues, did you see the Trump Bitcoin golden statue that he put up?
Oh yeah, and he's got banners of his face on all the federal buildings and stuff. We're in a dictatorship. It's fascism.
Yep. All because one mother effer couldn't do his damn job. And here we are again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Mary Bart.
He's threatening to have arrested anyone that talks against him on the news, or anyone, protesters, anyone that speaks against him. He's going to target us.
He's going to arrest 3/4 of the country, because let's be realistic. Less than a third of the country supports him. Less than 1/3 of the country supports that man. So he's just going to arrest everybody. Everybody. Get for real.
I believe October 19th is the next No Kings March. So I'll carry a sign. I dare you to arrest my ass.
Well, speaking of arresting, the Virginia Attorney General was just fired by Donald Trump because he refused to go after Leticia James for fraud and all these other different types of things. So he's got a new person by the name of Lindsay Halligan. And she was the one who was present at the raids at Mar-a-Lago when he stole all the documents and hid them in his bathroom and ate half of them and all that type of thing. And so she's sort of...
Say it right, Johnny. As Jasmine Crocker said, I believe you hid them in your shitter. I love that woman.
So Eric said, there was no case. There's insufficient evidence, so forth and so forth. Donald Trump said, basically, you're not trying hard enough. And so he gets this crazy person, Lindsay, to go and now, I guess, pick up the mantle of going after Leticia James, James Comey, and possibly Adam Schiff. But right now, he's laser light focused on Leticia James because, you know, she got the verdict for $500 million, basically, type of thing. So what will become of this woman's case? Because the first attorney general said there's nothing here. He gets fired. She's got to find something or do something or string something along until he dies or quits or into his term. She's got to do something or she's gone too. So what becomes of her case? Mortgage fraud. Thank you.
I was going to say it had to do with real estate because she has multiple homes, but she has her main one she lives in New York.
Oh, Trump, the king of fraud and
in real estate,
is going to go after somebody on real estate charges
and project that. You know, and that's what he was brought up on was real estate fraud. And
yeah, sure. Just get me off this effing ride already, dude. I'm so sick of it.
I'm saying.
I am so sick of it.
Every day it looks stormy in DC and cloudy. I just watch the news like, where's the lightning? Come on.
Yeah,
I do have to admire the British for putting the pictures of him and Epstein on Windsor Castle. That was hysterical.
Welcome.
And the giant tarp with his picture with Epstein. You know, they started baby Trump in the diapers balloon. So
you Kirk, all you want to. We are not distracted. We know what you're hiding, and we know why you're hiding it, sir. Mm-hmm. I do have another Kirk question.
he's got a whole team working on this. He's got a whole group of people working on this, trying to find out something that some plan he can come up with on Leticia James.
They'll just make something up, Jen. They'll just make something up.
That's what I get because they're out in the cold. She hadn't done anything, but they're just waiting. Like they get blocked. They'll start investigations that kind of go nowhere that they have to give up on. He's gonna keep on and on and on and on trying to pursue her, but I don't think it goes anywhere. He can't get any dirt on her. What happens when you live right, Trump? Not living so that everybody watches the obituaries every day.
And not just here, abroad. The entire globe is waiting for you to drop dead.
Yeah. For entertainment purposes only, YouTube.
It's not going to go anywhere, but they'll try to make something up of importance, either evidence of transfers, multiple transfers, but it doesn't go anywhere. There's a transfer or a journey that comes to an end, but then there's a resurrection of multiple documents. So even there's nothing there. They'll try to manufacture something to make it look like there's something there to appease that guy that has the attention span of a rock with brainworms, just to appease him, but there's nothing there. And it's just litigation, paperwork, just throwing red meat to the audience of one. Because nobody gives a shit about this. It's only him. Because he's angry that a black woman got him by the balls. That's all this is. It's his ego. But it doesn't go anywhere. They'll just string it out. This right here tells me that it's going to get strung out.
They'll talk about it. Yeah.
Oh, there's all these documents were transferred. There's multiple documents or multiple legality, or the paperwork was transferred. But there's nothing there. It comes to an end. So
I even feel like they'll try to plant something fake evidence. So watch that. But it'll come out. It'll be revealed it's fake.
I'll jump to the word warning. There is the Nine of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. They are going to try to attack her on her financial stability. Because, mind you, she's the Attorney General of New York, so it's not like she makes $7.25 an hour. So, but they want to go after maybe some opulence that she may have. What kind of car did you have? Where did you get it from? Who bought that for you? You got a nice bracelet on today.
Coming from the guy that's using his presidential seat to sell Bitcoin and Bibles and shoes and
is using our money to build a ballroom made out of gold.
That guy.
Which he'll use for wrestling matches or something stupid. Yeah.
That guy.
But it starts with the Seven of Cups, the Five of Pentacles. She makes a very, 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 very big missteps at some point here. Something is going to be racially motivated or racially has a racial undertone to it or something like that, to where racism comes into it, and then that throws the entire conversation. So you know how they love to change the narrative on that side. It is going to allow the left to change the narrative to where you're not coming after her because you think she committed mortgage fraud. You're coming after her because she's black and Trump hates black people, so forth, so forth. Because then there's the Five of Swords and the Death. And so something where they became immoral changed things dramatically. And so then it becomes a completely different thing. And then it ends in the King of Cups, which is support, and the Two of Swords. She's blocked from anything that she can do forward. But she can string it along. But Leticia James has nothing to worry about. So there's that.
They're saying in the chat that Leticia James's boyfriend is very rich. He's a real estate guy.
They're going to try to attack her for her money or her lifestyle or her something like that.
Trump filed some lawsuit against somebody as a non-president. He signed it as
Citizen Trump.
Citizen, yeah.
Was it the New York Times when he just sued them?
I think it was the New York Times one. Yeah,
they just threw his case out too.
Yeah, because his immunity goes by the wayside. I would have not thrown it out. I would have said disclosure right now and get him on the record.
You know what happened, Jen? I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. He talks so much crap, and as soon as you put him under oath, he pleads the fifth. That's all he does. That's all he does. That's all he does.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to take a detour for a second. And Pete Hegseth has put out a directive that basically the military needs to look a certain way. And everyone needs to be completely clean shaven at all times. What I want to know is this racially motivated? For those who don't know, black people, black men specifically, cannot shave every day.
That's what
you definitely cannot use razor blades on your skin, because I guarantee you when the hair grows, sometimes it grows right back into the skin, or it doesn't make it out of the skin altogether, and then it just creates a big giant hump. I didn't want, let me give you a shaving story here. So there was this, I tried everything. I don't grow out my facial hair because I like it. I grow it out because I have to grow it out at a certain length in order for me to shave it. I can't shave every day. So I tried everything. I tried razors. I tried hair clippers. Hair clippers, the only thing that doesn't give me razor bumps, but it does give me razor bumps back here. I tried this other stuff. It was called Magic Shave. Had a black person on the front. I'm like, this may work for me. It's like Nair. You wet it, you put it on your face, you rub it off, all the hair comes off with it. It was fantastic and fabulous for 4 hours. I went to work and my entire face broke out in little white bumps everywhere. I'm like, okay, now I look like I have a skin condition. I mean, all down here and up here, white little bumps everywhere. It looked disgusting. And I was at work at the same time.
I will say this. When I was in the Navy, almost every black man that I was enlisted with had a no-shave chit, meaning they got medical approval from medical that they could not shave all the time because of those skin conditions that Johnny is referring to.
Pseudo-phallico.
When I was in the Navy, it didn't matter what race you were allowed to have a mustache. Not a beard, not a goatee, a mustache. And there was regulations on how long it could be, how it had to be trimmed, yada, 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 yada. But specifically to Johnny's point, every single black man that I ever worked with when I was enlisted, and to this day, that work on base, have no shaved chits because of those conditions.
Because now what he has,
because you can get an infection. I mean, can you imagine some of the climates our military goes to? You know, like they're at a higher risk of infection in their skin.
And what he has said now is you have to go and get not just a medical clearance, but you have to enroll in sort of medical treatment in order for you to then come back and then keep with the shaving program. Like there is no medical treatment.
And when I was in the Navy, you had to have a medical chit to have a no shave chit. And we had uniform inspections once a week, sometimes once a month, depending on who the skipper was, you know, and what kind of mood he was in. So when we're all standing in line in our uniform, inspected, we don't just show up, oh, I didn't feel like shaving. You had a chit from medical saying you don't have to shave. And I'm sorry, but the guy that put a freaking makeup booth in his office should not be telling people about personal hygiene.
Yeah.
They're actually there to work. They're not there to look pretty for cameras, Pete Hegseth. Yes, a chit. That's what it's called, Darlene. At least in the Navy, that's what we used to call it.
That's chit. What they call it in the Army, too.
A chit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that was for anything. You have to have a chit for that. Meaning anything medical, that better be in your medical record, and you better have a chit from medical saying, no, she can't march, or no, he can't be standing at attention for more than an hour. Or do you see what I'm saying? Like it has to be in your record. So
is this racially motivated is what because there is a couple of people who tested the limits of it, I guess, trying to troll, to where this one guy said, well, I don't shave because I am of the religion of the flying spaghetti monster or something stupid like that. Like, and so they were like, okay, do away with it altogether.
Does he want an all-white military?
First time I pulled the devil tonight. I wonder what that means.
Yes, don't even have to pull a card. Yes.
I mean, oh God, I'm going to shut up. You have a Fox News host who wears more makeup than Donald Trump. I'll give him that. At least he blends his makeup in. He doesn't have a line of demarcation of orange around his freaking face, okay? And he can probably match his concealer on his hand to the skin tone, unlike the orange clown. But you have that asshat running the entire military. And then you have a podcaster running the FBI.
Yep.
And a washed up WWE person's wife running this is a bad reality TV show. And I want off the ride.
Immediately.
This show needs to be canceled because it's bad. It's really bad.
This is a manipulation that he feels he can get away with to burden them. And what I'm getting, if you think about like Vietnam War, where they used a lot of black soldiers put them in high action areas, and there was a higher unaliving rate among black soldiers during Vietnam than white percentage wise. So they kind of put a lot of them out to slaughter, so to speak. And I get, because things are, they can't kill them off as fast now, because we're more, when we go to war over anything, it's more high-techy. So yeah, it's like they're worried about it. They want them out of the military, and they can't put them in the line of fire like they used to. Yeah, we're not feet on the grounds as much anymore. So yeah. This is going to grow too. He's got something else he's going to bring up too. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Yes, it is racially motivated. Lily's Mountain Garden, like the whites are being discriminated against or something like that. Like they don't have the privilege, because this would be your lily white purity. With the mountain, they're blocked somehow. He wants it to be more of a homogenous whites only zone. Or if you're going to be a person of color, you better adhere to our whiteness, our caucasity in this organization. So
The Devil and the Eight of Swords. That's all I needed to see there. Yes, it is. Something to do with his power, the Emperor, and the Three of Swords. And so, yeah, this is personal that he's trying to take against those who have enlisted. If you want everyone to be, you know, if you have some sort of, it's not fair that I don't have to shave or I have to shave every day, fine. Let's trade skin.
you know what
The other thing too, though, a lot of people that don't have a path for getting ahead of in life, whether male, female, black, white, whatever, they join the military because it gives them an opportunity to go to school or whatever later.
I was one of them. First generation American, daughter of refugees. The military was my only path to getting a college education and a degree, buying my own home, and having, fortunately, knock on wood, a good job.
So it's another way to suppress education and
a really good career.
Really getting ahead in life.
Sell my soul for 8 years, but that was my only out.
So Hedgeth, the Jim Crow of the military, you know.
The majority of people that join the military, you don't do it because you're a patriot. You do it because there's no other goddamn choice. You don't see rich kids joining the military. You don't see Karen Trump.
Bone Spurs got out 5 times of the draft.
Captain Bone Spurs didn't freaking serve during the draft. It's not them. It's us. And you're going to sit there, Mr. Makeup Booth, Fox News host, and you're going to tell the rest of us? I bet you, I am willing to bet my left boob and my right toe that the majority of brass at the highest level of the military despise him and Trump. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
But he's wanting to get us back into Afghanistan now.
Oh, yeah. I saw that too. A draft dodger and a clown that put all war plans on a freaking signal chat are gonna lead us into war. Okay. Sure.
Well, I got another Charlie Kirk question. Sort of. In his sphere. How, and this, you can take this however you want to. How does Erica Kirk feel about his death?
Oh, Miss Fake Tears at his memorial today.
I'm not saying nothing else. I'm just putting the beard right there.
Not a tear falling down her face. I got to say this because I was talking about it in the pre-show. She has blue eyes like I do. When you have blue eyes and you cry, your eyes get really red. Like you can't hide it. They get flaming red. It shows up more than on brown eyes. The whites of her eyes were as white as they could be. And I forgive the guy that killed him. And then Trump gets up there and says, but I'm for revenge for anybody that attacks me. I can't be like Erica.
Here's the thing. the video that she shot 2 or 3 days after he was unalive, the cringiest effing crap I had ever seen. I had no idea who
Full makeup.
Erica was until everybody on social media started talking about her past, and there has been speculation for years that she was a honeypot because her accomplishments make no sense. She played women's basketball. She has a law degree. She has 2 degrees
from Liberty University. But yes,
it's like how did and she's 5 years older than him. I think I saw.
After he said women past 31 aren't worth looking at. She
And
was
here's
older, 5 years older than him in her 30s.
She was 5 years
when they
older
married.
than him. Okay. And you stoop down to the level of a community college dropout, Mr. Gums McGee, nothing attractive about him in the slightest. Like if he tried to take me out for drinks, regardless of his political views, I'd be like, no, thank you.
He just colleges all the time, and he was a dropout because he couldn't cut it.
I'm not a spring chicken. I'm not sitting here trying to talk shit about people's looks, but that guy, not only was he a disgusting person, but he was also like not even
attractive
to where you can be shallow and overlook his assholiness, because at least he was, and I bet you he was probably sucked in bed too. So like, what are you getting out of it? What are you getting out of it?
And she's worth over 12 million while she does a GoFundMe, right, Braxie? Right, Braxie. If see Braxie agrees. Braxie's like, I gotta pull a card.
You want to pull a card? What does she think about his death? What does she think, Braxie? Braxie's going to be reading cards tonight, you guys. What does she think? Okay, you want this one? Okay. So what does Erica think of his death? Here, pick another one. This one? Okay. Okay, you want to pick one?
oh, Lord.
And she got just named to the CEO of his turning point.
Oh, and she was Miss Arizona.
Yeah, she was.
It's like, how did you stoop that low? And
And she was a descendant of immigrants too. They were from Sweden originally, I do believe.
So, listen, I'll say it again. I don't agree with what happened to Charlie Kirk, but Charlie Kirk agreed with everything that happened to Charlie Kirk.
That is true.
I'm just saying. So Braxie pulled cards. She got the moon, the snake, the clouds, the book, and the child. Bad marketing. This is all marketing, but it's a betrayal and a lie, and it's going to cause problems because there's secrets here that are going to come out. It might have secrets or knowledge to do with children, a book about children, a children's book, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, people. Okay. But it's all a marketing scheme, and it doesn't go well because this remains a book, a children's book. I'll just put it that way, but read between the lines with what I'm saying. But there's people that know that this is a betrayal, or there is a hidden betrayal here as well. She doesn't care. This is all about marketing. This is all about marketing, a children's book, hidden betrayals, hidden lies, and really bad, nasty reputation, and something about a child or children. So good job, Brax. Good job.
The only cups card, which is a good job, Braxie. The only cups card, which is for me, love, right? Is how can I grift more off of this? How can I grow my wealth? It's all about lifestyle and how do I block any legal problems? She wants to get more involved. I get like in worldly things, world politics and stuff, but it's money, it's thievery, it's fighting, it's steady money and waiting on the money. She could care less that he's gone. I didn't even see her kids in here.
Mm-mm.
Can't care that her children are now fatherless.
The whole video that she did a couple of days after he passed away, where he was in the casket and they just showed his hands. She was holding this huge, ginormous gold coin with his face on it. ASMR. It was an entire production. If something like that happened to Peanut, I would be inconsolable. I would be inconsolable. I cannot imagine the entire production of having my makeup done and the entire
makeup.
And to do my makeup and put the microphone on so I can do this whole fiasco with my dead husband in the casket when I'm worth $12 million asking people for money. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
You want to see what grief looks like when your husband is killed? Watch Jackie O after JFK's assassination.
And
her face, she's not in full makeup. She's not. She is not getting out there tremendous any more than she has to get in the public eye.
And not just Jackie Kennedy. Most recently, Ozzy Osbourne just passed away. His wife, Sharon, hasn't been seen in public to this day. And here's Erica doing a whole production 2 days after, showing his makeup hands in the freaking casket. Like, we don't need to see that. We saw him get his whole fucking neck blown out. We don't need to see
and she had to tell the story about, I wanted to see him in the casket. She goes through this whole story, but there wasn't a tear on her cheeks. Because all that full makeup, you would have seen makeup running down her cheeks. No, she was not crying.
She got the good kind. I missed it. Thank you, Patty D. Thank you, Black Quartz. And thank you, Rose Blue. Thank you, Sue Todd, as well. I get 2 cup cards for her, but neither one of them are the good ones. So it's when I first seen the first one was the Knight of Cups. When I seen that, I'm like, oh my God. And I was going to use the word image, but I like the word marketing better, because that's the Knight of Cups is the talker. That's the sweet talker. That's the person who wins you over. That's the person you want if you're trying to sell something. Not the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is the person you want to do something. The Knight of Cups can sell the water to the drowning man, as I always say. And then there's the Knight of Pentacles. And so this is followed by some sort of action or fundraiser or something like that. The other cup is the Four of Cups, also not a love card. This is more of a kind of card. So I asked, how does she feel? She doesn't care.
Apathy.
Right
there, apathy.
It's crossing your arms, and I don't really care.
She's probably celebrating. Thank God. Thank God. And to add, I don't know if this is on your list, Johnny, but the whole fiasco with Candace Owen and the shit Bibi Netanyahu just came out and said, did you hear that?
No.
Did you hear Bibi Netanyahu? I thought I sent it. No, it was too long. I couldn't send it to you guys. I saved it and I'll show it to you because I don't want to play it here so that you don't get copyrighted or whatever. Candace Owens has been running around spreading rumors. I do not trust Candace Owens. That girl has never met a conspiracy. She does not like. She is a grifter, a swindler, an opportunist, a snake. I don't trust her.
Idiot.
Period. Okay? But she came out and was saying all this stuff that it was Israel that popped Kirk. Bibi Netanyahu just made a video the other day. It was floating all over social media. You will not believe what he said. He quoted the freaking German Hitler propagandist Goebbels. He quoted a Nazi to defend the white supremacy of Charlie Kirk. He said that Goebbels said, if you tell a lie enough, people will believe it's true. Why did you have to come out and make a statement?
At all, like better to be silent than make a statement like that.
Quoting a Nazi to defend a white supremacist, to take the blame off you, that you guys were the ones that were responsible for the popping of, the whole thing is so messed up. It's like,
so I did have another one. So we'll, since we're in that realm, let's talk about it.
I have a question too, Johnny, when after this one.
Okay. Netanyahu says that it's a disgusting rumor because people are blaming him for it. There's a disgusting rumor, and I had nothing to do with such a thing. And how dare you say that? But mind you, he just killed 69,000 Palestinians, including 18,000 children, mind you.
And the UN just came out and said, "Oh yeah, he's committing genocide." Thank you for joining the rest of the world. But he doesn't care. He's got the orange turd that he's dog walking all over the global stage. He doesn't need the UN. He's got Trump and the American.
How dare you accuse me of killing this stupid little boy in front of the college people? Like, you're killing a whole country in front of the entire world right now. So, so I want to ask flat out, entertainment purposes, not BS. I want to ask flat out. Did Netanyahu have anything to do with the killing of Charlie Kirk?
And it's not just Candace Owens. I can see where Candace Owens, she was kicked out of Turning Point USA. So I can see her holding a grudge and trying to take down the entire organization for whatever. And the other person that jumped on the bandwagon that Israel did it is Tucker Carlson. I can also see where he would have a bone to pick because he was popped off of Fox News. So,
there's another guy, Steven something, because he said, you want me to believe a guy jumped off the roof, ran through the woods, disassembled the gun, assembled the gun, da-da-da-da. And like, no, none of that makes any sense what you're feeding me right now. And so the right is having a problem with this as well, not just us out here in conspiracy land.
And the text messages. My vehicle. I'm sorry. What 21-year-old says vehicle and not call? Retrieve. I had to go retrieve. I'm sorry. I'm 47 years old. I will be 47 years old. That word is nowhere in my vocabulary, even with a college education. So people are like, these text messages are BS, and they were done on ChatGPT, or a 76-year-old detective wrote them. People aren't buying it. They're not buying any of it. Any of it. So was Israel, or did Israel have anything to do with it?
I said Netanyahu. I don't know if that changes the question if you say Israel, because that's more of a conglomerate, but however you want to word it. Because it does look like more of a group than it was a single person.
The whole thing is just shady AF. And it could just be one of Nick Fuentes' people that went crazy and just said, haha, it could just be that too. But the incompetence and the level of non-transparency is really making people, that doesn't add up. You know what I mean?
There's a plan. There's moving to into action to temper somebody down, who, because they had the tools to do this, and using force. Someone from using force coming into America, I'm getting. So yeah, I would say that they would be in defense mode if accused. I'm also getting they're not done yet. There may be someone else that they have talked about wanting to silence. So I'm getting somebody was paid off. And I don't think it's the kid that's in jail right now.
There's a lot of people with a vested financial interest and power that are committed. Power, finance, goal, achievement, commitment. I'll just leave it at that. But those are 3 positive cards. There's a lot of very powerful, very wealthy people that had a vested interest in. And I asked if Israel was behind it. I'm getting there's a lot of financially vested interest in that commitment, that agreement.
In that tableau, there was this 3 of Cups. It's either going to be 2 more other people, and also right down that row, the Empress, that would have been Charlie's wife, there was a celebration at the end. This is now in the word of warning. This in particular group, whoever it is, these 3 people or even more, but it's less than 10, are sort of in on such a thing. There's the 7 of Cups in the Tower. Maybe they're trying to spark civil war and all that kind of garbage that people keep trying to say. There's the 7 of Swords, so there is a scheme. There's someone. I can't just nail it to him and say he's the absolute, but I can say he's involved. He's not clean of this whatsoever. If you ask me. Why? Because there's the devil and the Page of Swords. And so there's an inside man and that type of thing. So he knows the information. It's just like when I did the reading, I couldn't pin it on Trump, but it popped up in Trump's tableau. Not in a Charlie Kirk tableau, in Trump's tableau, which means he's connected to it somehow.
And Netanyahu was one of the first to comment when the news broke.
And why? This thing got
all the way halfway around the world.
At the same time that Trump tweeted, Netanyahu tweeted. The same timestamp on both.
Ready, Trump? Let's go. Boop.
And why?
Yeah.
Why? He wasn't a politician. He had nothing to do with any legislation. All he was basically a talk show host on college campuses. That's all he was. That's all he was.
Well, he recruited young Republicans is what he did. So
yeah.
But I mean, that's nothing for world leaders to get involved in that. Like for me, he was the sacrificial lamb. We need to spark chaos some way, somehow, because now they're making him a martyr. You asked Donald Trump 2 months ago who Charlie Kirk was, he probably couldn't tell you. 2 months from now, he's going to forget all about him.
Johnny, 3 days after the guy was dead, how are you feeling about? How are
Look
you
at my
coping?
trucks.
Yeah, look at my trucks and my ballroom that we're building. I'm doing great.
His own wife didn't shed a tear for him.
It's
Like
it's all connected to Epstein too, because Epstein had connections to Israel. I got a question because
Yes.
I do think it all connects back to Epstein. It's all a distraction on the Epstein report. Kash Patel, testified last week, and he was like, "Oh, there's nothing there." Epstein just hired all these women for himself.
I'm sorry, but I thought the files didn't exist.
Right? No,
And I
all the
thought
women
the
were
files-
hired for himself.
I thought the files didn't exist, but then there was only Democrats on it. But then now he's only trafficking women for himself.
Yeah. So when Epstein got the sweetheart deal in Florida, thank you, Mr. Acosta and Pam Bondi and everybody involved in that, there were 40 women that were did depositions. 40 women that had come forward. But yeah, Epstein did this all for himself. That was only part of the women. They estimated there were hundreds that weren't coming forward. They were hoping it went to trial to bring more women forward. These 40 women, well, we know one now, Virginia what's her name? Gilfrey.
The one that unalived herself. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we going to see them come out and say, no, we weren't just for Mr. Epstein? Are we going to see these 40 women getting louder and louder? They're already getting, a little louder, the ones that have come out. But are we going to get evidence or anything from these 40 women? You got Dershowitz, you got Wexner, and all these people.
Oh, but Dershowitz kept his pants on, so that was totally good.
Oh yeah, with an older Russian woman. Yeah,
he kept his underwear on. Yeah,
but 40 women that were in the deposition. What happened to those depositions? Where are they?
They're shedding a lot of light, actually. King of Wands, Page of Cups, because remember, they were children. The Page of Cups, the King of Wands, the Fool, and the Five of Swords. Five of Swords would be that dishonorable behavior, and there is Donald Trump connected to this too, which I have a question after this, or our last one. The High Priestess Four Swords, yes, a lot of information there. It has been dormant for a very long time. And here's the Sun. So this will start to come out. The Six of Pentacles is sharing that information. So there could be some interviews, some sit downs, some one-on-ones, maybe a book or something like that type of thing. But I do believe so.
I get the clouds, the stars, the bear. Whatever confusion and chaos there is right now, those women will come out and clarify it. And it will be very, 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 very widespread, vast, powerful people and powerful financiers. So powerful rich people and powerful financiers. So banks, international banks, local banks, CEOs, CFOs, anybody and everybody that is in a position of power, and how vast and wide the entire thing is. So, and like that one congresswoman was saying, I forget her name, but she held a press conference right after they listened to the witnesses, to the witnesses. And she was saying that it is for 2 decades, the cover-up that has been ongoing here in this country.
Well, and it's been going on since the 90s.
Every failure in this country, from the Justice Department to local law enforcement to state, look at Florida when Pam Bondi was there. She let it completely slide, so the stars and the bear, widespread, vast, power, control. That's what the bear is about control and resources and finance. Not $1 or $2 or a few hundred million, billions of dollars. So just keep that in mind.
They feel betrayed. They feel completely betrayed. But they're going to come out amidst all this chaos, and they're going to point to people in the White House. They're going to trap people in this. They are not done. All these that were young children when this happened, all this sneaking around crap and trying to cover it up. No, they're going to rock the boat. They are not accepting this. They are ready to charge in and say who all collaborated in this, because it was not just Epstein. They're going to whistle blow like crazy. Big changes and a lot of illumination.
Some of those women that did that hearing, I just cannot wrap my head around how they are survivors of sexual assault and then turn around and vote for a rapist in chief. Make it make sense, because I don't understand. And I'm not here to victim shame, but how in the hell are you going to be a survivor of sexual assault at that degree, where you were sold like cattle, and then turn around and support the guy that was partners with him? Oh, and by the way, he's an adjudicated rapist.
Mentally screwed up.
And then ask him to help you when he played a hand directly. I don't make it make sense, Jen, because I don't get it. I don't get it.
The trauma, it's kind of like, when you have somebody that was abused by their father and they turn around, they abuse their kids, whether physical, mental, or emotional. It's like repeating that cycle of abuse. People are traumatized, and everybody reacts differently to that trauma. So,
keep in mind too that if you were not personally raped by Donald Trump, you don't associate your trauma or grief with that in particular person. It's just like when people, it's a lesser example, sure, but they lose their jobs and life savings in his first administration and then voted for him again.
Yeah.
He must be all right. He's going to fix something. Or he said that one thing that sort of pulled you over, because a lot of people vote with feelings and not logic.
He said he was going to release the files. He said that he broke off his friendship with them, in the early 2000s. So they had hopes that he would release the files.
And the new emails that came out, I think it was the New York Times that published them. It wasn't Trump that ended the friendship. It was Epstein.
Yeah.
It was Epstein that ended the friendship.
What Trump spewed, which he lied because he's not releasing the files and stuff, they believed. And to Johnny's point, if they weren't abused by Trump, then they kind of started looking at him like, okay, he'll release these files. That's all we want.
I understand what Johnny's saying, but I don't understand.
Because you still should be looking at he's a rapist.
So
whether he raped me or not, he's still a rapist.
He's still a rapist.
I know what that's like, therefore, why would I vote for him?
Exactly. That's what I'm stuck on, Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what you're saying. He didn't personally do it to them, but he's done it to other women.
Yeah.
So
and when he said grab him by the pussy, because when you're a celebrity, you can do that.
Would make you think that a man that has done that to other women, maybe not you specifically, but to other women, is going to give two shits about helping you?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're messed up in their heads.
My last question, it does have to do with this, though. When you look at the bigger picture of things, midterms, okay, fine. But he has no more elections to win legitimately. Like, he doesn't have a third term. He doesn't really care about his poll numbers in the sense that they don't affect his money nor his health. He's still grifting. There are still people buying his made in China MAGA hats. If they released every single word Epstein ever had in his possession, that's got Donald Trump's listed 50 million times in there on every single page. If you got photographs with him with kids, you got videos with him with kids, does any of this matter? Because who's going to impeach him? The Republicans? No. Who's going to arrest him? Nobody, because you have to then bring a case and all that kind of, like, does any of this matter when it comes to the Epstein files? If all of this information comes out, what effect does that have on him at all?
You get prosecuted when he gets out of office.
I'm gonna stick by my claim that I have been making for years in the after show. That man will die before he ever faces justice. And Johnny can vouch for me. I have said that till I've been blue in the face in every after show that we've ever talked, that man will die before he ever faces justice for anything he's done, even jaywalking.
100%.
And I'm not going to sit here and try to placate myself or appease myself. Well, in his next life, because neither you nor I have any solid proof that reincarnation is real. And I'm not about to sit here and tell myself that lie that, he'll get it in his next life. No, I want to see it now. Because as far as I know, once it's lights out, it's lights out. That's it. So, Johnny, they could unearth bank records that show that him and Epstein were business partners, and these people would twist themselves into pretzels and say, no, he was just paying him back for a bet that they had on the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're committed. Even if there's phone calls or conversations that come out that link him in the affairs and Epstein, no, they're still committed. These are people that drink bleach for a disease that they were convinced didn't exist. Like,
they're invested in blocking and gaslighting and creating chaos around the truth. If they have to bully, if they have to, money launder and shift funds around, like if stuff comes out about the money and how that was manipulated and the trafficking and who all the money behind it, they're going to encourage America to move on.
It's okay. You have a rapist, a convicted felon, and a pedophile in office. It's totally fine. Totally fine.
Leticia James, Bonnie Willis, James Comey, Adam Schiff, Eric Swalwell. His enemies are on the list, but they're always somebody else's problem. He does not concoct a case against Leticia James. He doesn't know how. And he wouldn't dare stand face to face in court with this woman. So his issue, will it affect him? Does it have any effect whatsoever? I think so. The Four of Wands and the Death card, this celebration, this administration goes through a major change. Change is not always bad, but there's the Nine of Swords and the Devil. This becomes a problem from everyone around him. And the world and the Hierophant means foreign governments also get to pass judgment. So it's not just here that the MAGA say, see, I knew he was hiding something type of thing. But at the same time, he then goes to this person and says, clean up the PR, and goes to this person and says, clean up the PR. And every time somebody asks him a question, he calls them stupid and throws them out the room or something like that. This becomes a problem for everyone around him, because then you get to start vetting the reporters that you let in the room and that type of thing. And so it becomes somebody else's issue, and eventually he could be ostracized here with the Hermit. But there is the Six of Wands. The Emperor has no clothes. They will always still, some of them, the red hats who are waiting on the rapture, will still support him. His problem is everybody else in the world and us looking, and some of his MAGA too. But
like I said, Johnny, tapar el sol con un dedo. You might have convinced MAGA that you can cover up the sun with your finger. The rest of the world sees the truth.
mm-hmm.
You could have, remember the Million Man March? It's like you can have 10 million people show up in DC protesting him, and he'd just sick the military on you.
Well, that's all I have. Thank you, Iris. Thank you, SW. Thank you, Wordsmith. Thank you, Cheeto or Carolyn. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Black Quartz Tarot with GG. Thank you, Rose Blue. And thank you, Sue Todd, for the super chats. And we will see y'all next week on Jen Lynn's channel. And remember, don't leave here with politics in your system. Go watch something fun and go flush it out. Whatever you got to do, meditate.
Get yourself a bag of Cheetos and smash the crap out of them. Listen, I don't take the high road here. You're feeling bad, curse somebody.
We're not Mother Teresa. But remember too,
you don't
he
have
will
Cheetos.
not outlast us.
You don't have Cheetos, write his name on a piece of paper, fold it away from you, put it in your right shoe, and stomp the crap out of it. You hex a mother effer till you're blue in the face if it makes you feel better.
He can't live forever, so he will go one day.
Outlast us. So go flesh it out, and we'll see y'all next week.
Peace out, everybody.